Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's me again with another Woojer Vest 4 video. Sorry about the delay on the follow-up, but what I have been doing for the past few months is actually I spent quite a bit of time emailing back and forth with Woojer with giving them my thoughts on my feedback, and they were actually pretty responsive in communicating with me to find out what my issues were and why I initially returned the vest. As you can see, I have attained a new vest for primarily because they really were pretty hands-on in trying to, one, show their concern for my issues, and two, trying to address some of those issues. And this is just, I printed this out. This is just a quick follow-up as to what my issues were originally, as to why I returned the original vest, and some of their responses to my issues. But first, it was like when you turn on the vest, there was no audio cue saying, power on, power off. So I was inadvertently turning the vest on and off without knowing until I glanced down and I would see the LED ring on the actual vest. Originally they said that they would address that issue in the very next firmware update, which they have already done. So this one does say power on and give you like some haptic feedback. And then it'll say power off and do the same when you turn the vest off. So they have already resolved that. Other issues were involved the vest not shutting off after so many minutes of you not using it. Again, it was about 5 minutes. Like if you pause the song because you were talking to someone or having a conversation at the gym or something, the 3 would turn itself off. As of now, the 4 does not do that, but they did say that would be something that they might look at in a further update. Audio. The way I use my vest is from the phone or the device in most cases to the vest via Bluetooth, and then with a 3.5 cable from the actual vest to the headset. On the 3, I used to be able to have a phone call that way. Now it no longer supports audio and voice over the 3.5 in the event you were to get a phone call. They said, again, that might be something that they might look at addressing later on. But they said it supports USB audio over USB-C. I have not been able to configure that, at least with this particular Skull Candy headset that I use. I haven't been able to get these to work with USB audio as Bluetooth to the vest and then USB-C to the headset. Maybe the headset doesn't support it, but I have not been able to get that to work. So what I do now is if I do get a phone call, I will either turn off the vest or unplug the 3.5 and then turn on my headphones and just use the Bluetooth directly to these Skull Candy headphones. Other concerns, power button location. Again, I put my vest on when I'm going to the gym, and not using the vest on the way to the gym, but just the mere act of turning the vest on and off inadvertently by the seatbelt. It happens quite a bit. I'll just, feel power on, power off. It'll vibrate 4 or 5 times on the way to the gym, to the park, or what have you, just by having the vest on. With the location of the power button here, the seatbelt just always catches it and just turns it on or off, which is pretty common. So I understand that there isn't anything that they can do about that. And I've been dealing with since I've been primarily trying to use the 4 more so than the 3 lately, just to kind of see what other types of things I was experiencing. Let's see here. What else do we have? Again, just to follow up, just to follow up, they did say that they were gonna try to address what they could. I really am glad that they did at least do the power on, power off. That's been a big help. I've been making do with the other issues just to really be able to take the time to give the vest a full, just experience as far as just what other type of things are coming up, what's a big deal, what's not a big deal. And I will say that one thing that I have encountered that is kind of a big deal for me, but I'm dealing with it, is once you get to 20% battery life, every 60 seconds, it will give you an audible low battery notification. I have not found a way to disable this. So pretty much if you're using this at the gym or, you're going for a walk or what have you, or playing a game, it makes the last 20% of battery unusable because you are going to get that notification every 60 seconds, which kind of takes you out of your experience, as it just says, you know, battery low, 60 seconds, battery low. And it keeps giving you that notification, which again, I have not found a way to disable that. It just, once you hit 20%, you're going to continually get that notification. So I do notice shorter battery life, because once I get to 20%, hey, I'm not going to use the vest anymore. I'm going to turn it off, put it on the charger, and then, you know, so that does in turn shorten the usable battery life if you do mind that notification. But other than that, I've been primarily, as you can see, I still have the 3. I do use it in the event that the 4 is dead and I need a quick solution to put it on. I do still use the 3, but I've been making myself primarily use the 4 just so that I can keep an eye on any updates, changes, tweaks, and things of that nature. But again, they were very vocal. I've been pleased to see that they have addressed the power on, power off notification. And I know those other things will take time if they do decide to address them. But I do still use the 4 daily now. And as those things happen, then I just want to be aware that they did fix this. But sorry, this video ran kind of long, but I did want to do a follow-up video. I have a 4 again, and I use it daily just to really see what kind of experience that I am going to have going forward. But I have been happy with it, with the exception of a little couple of issues that I have, and it hasn't been that big of an inconvenience. So I will continue to use it as my primary haptic vest solution. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I do address those. If you want to see more like of my random takes on some of the products that I have around the house, let me know, because I do have like a lot of random things, and I do find that some of my questions, as I look on the internet and try to find solutions, I don't always find the answers to some of the questions that I have. But I would be more than willing to share my unique take on some of the devices that I own. But just give me a shout, let me know, and I will continue to do feedback on the vest. And if you have any questions about like sizing the vest and, you know, putting it on, fitting it and things of that nature, just let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll make more videos. But y'all take it easy.